is gonna be short because this has literally just started happening in the last 5 days. There really isn't much background story except that my brother has been acting weird since he got back from a sleepover at a friend's house 6 days ago. By weird I mean distant, quiet, and most importantly his presence in our house has felt off and a little strange, like it doesn't feel like him anymore. You know when your parents have a friend over except to you he or she is a complete stranger, and whenever you're in a room with them or near them you feel uncomfortable because they're someone you don't know, so you can't speak to them or find it difficult to make conversation. That's what he feels like. 5 days ago I woke up at 3:45 a.m. and looked at my door. It was slightly ajar and I could see my brother stood there, grinning. This of course scared the shit out of me and made me jump. I walk out and turn hallway lights on, and that's when I noticed that his eyes were shut but he was still grinning and breathing very lightly. I quickly jumped to the conclusion that he's just sleepwalking, so I led him back to his bed and left. I didn't talk to him about it the next day because I thought it was a one-time thing. I didn't wake up on the 4th day, but it's safe to say he was stood there staring at me. 3 days ago I woke up and saw him stood there, this time the door fully open and him grinning ear to ear. Now call me paranoid, but I'm 98% sure there was someone or something, a presence maybe, behind him. I stared at him whilst laid in bed, and that's when his grin fell and it turned into a twisted malicious look. Then again into a grin. 4 a.m. and he went back to sleep. I wasn't home on the 2nd day, so nothing happened to me except for a strange dream where I was in bedroom, and he was in the corner grinning with his eyes wide open. Last night, that was the scariest. I woke up at 3:20 a.m. and noticed him standing there again. This time he was smiling, teeth visible. It looked like his teeth were those of a shark, and it spread across his face in an unnatural manner. Everything was silent. My window was flapping from the wind, but I couldn't hear anything. It was like I was in a void. Then he started to creep up slowly towards me and I tried to move, but I couldn't. I literally could not move my body or my head. It was like force on my chest holding me down and my hands and legs being tapped down. I couldn't close my eyes or even say anything. I just slept there in horror, like I'd never felt so scared in my life. In my head I knew it was my brother, but it didn't feel like him. I just felt threatened, like I was gonna die. He got up to my face, and I mean centimeters away, and just stopped there and looked at me. His eyes weren't open, but fuck me, it felt like they were. His breathing got heavier and heavier. I started crying. I mean actual tears from fright dripping down my face. 30 minutes. We were like that for 30 minutes, but it felt like hours. Close to 3:55 a.m. he stopped, and the expression changed to that of a malicious look again. He clenched his fist and repeatedly punched me on my face in a hammering-like motion, and caused my nose to bleed. Like he was violently punching me on my face, and I couldn't move or scream or do anything, so I just laid there and took it. I won't forget what he said. He came up to my ear and whispered, "You're gonna die in this house." Then went back to his room. The second his door closed, I felt this surge of energy and I jumped out of bed and fell on the ground. I was panicking and breathing heavily. I didn't know what to do. I went into the bathroom and cleaned myself up by washing blood off my hands and nose and went downstairs. I sat there all morning till everyone was up. I fell asleep on the couch and didn't see him leave, but I saw him come back, but he went straight to bed. It is currently 2 a.m. and I'm sat in my living room with the lights on, TV on and laptop on, just waiting. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'll let you guys know.